Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I, the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole, King Dio, Lauren Frey, Grim Clover, Internet Blood Sports, and the upcoming Jaw of the Dragon. Nick Rekieta has lost the case again, this time for real. Remember when that was a joke? Remember when he used to have these really cute slogans like, "Oh man, I lost the case again. Oh, these SJWs, they don't know what's gonna hit them when we win the case. When Vic comes out with all this evidence against Monica and Real. Oh, look at all these mean tweets. Remember that shit? Remember all of that nonsense? Remember all of that posturing? Remember all of that bullshit? Like, oh man, let me have Ty Beard, Vic Mignogna's lawyer, on my show instead of having him like actually work on the case. Let me grift super chats instead of doing anything meaningful, instead of covering real legal topics or covering any real discussion of the situation, going over video. Let's just call Monica and Real cucks all the time. Let's go over text message conversations with Ron Toye, because that's interesting content, right? Complete bullshit, complete horseshit. Like, I didn't notice until I saw that Vic had lost his repeal just how disgusted I still was about this, because I personally Okay, for those of you who are unaware, I initially came out as being very supportive of Nick Rekieta. I thought what he was doing was great. I thought he was like shining a light on all these like weird legal topics. I thought his show was fun. I thought he had like really interesting takes. He was more conservative than most YouTubers. Like, he didn't come off like a complete parasite at first. But then when you learn more about him, his background, his actual opinions, his actual legal expertise, his actual ability to practice law, it all kind of falls apart, right? Like, if you understand like what he's doing, it becomes this thing where it really does come off like he fucked Vic over. And Vic's like a nice guy and won't necessarily come out and say that, but like, yeah, it does feel sketchy that Nick recommended a lawyer that he's personally friends with. It does feel sketchy that he had that lawyer on his live stream. It does feel sketchy the business model he set up, where he reads super chats aloud and tells people what they want to hear regardless of what the law actually says. It is disgusting, honestly. I have no love for people like Legal Eagle or any of these other like left-wing content creators, but the thing is, and I think this is the thing we really need to take away from this, Nick Rekieta is the right-leaning equivalent. He is a more conservative version of Legal Eagle, where he just makes shit up, tells people what they want to hear, and then like the audience who isn't well versed in the law and isn't well versed in like the reality of what's going on or understand all the details just blindly buy into it. And that's the thing that really annoys me about this, is that Nick Rekieta basically guaranteed us that like Vic was going to win the case and that like all these SJWs were going to get what's coming to them. Well, you know what? It wasn't this case that like made the public flip on the Me Too situation, or all of these women making up sexual allegation claims. It was Johnny Depp, right? It was Amber Heard. It was those people. Something you had nothing to do with, right? When you were directly involved in the situation, you clearly made everything worse. And I'm sick of people defending you, defending your actions, defending what you've done, what you haven't done. And it's like, it's not just the Vic Mignogna thing. It extends to like basically everything you do on your channel. Not talking about like the real serious issues, not like avoiding certain topics, not having certain people on, defending Ethan Ralph, I think is a big one. Being like the biggest gut guard I've ever seen. Like, bigger, I think, than Gator, because at least Gator was getting paid, like, less than minimum wage, but at least Gator was, like, trying to build a channel. You had no reason to defend Ethan Ralph the way you did. like there are like countless other examples, more I think than you could possibly name, and like um, it needs to be. I think my advice going forward to like people who are like casually watching Nick Rekieta, stop. Okay, stop giving him money. Stop giving him attention. Stop give stop supporting his content. He has done nothing for you. He's done nothing for the community. He did nothing for Vic. He has done he doesn't even practice law. Okay? He has done nothing in his entire life.